Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the South Ave Sports Complex. We're here for some Friday Night Lights. My name is Bill Soroka, and it's time for Interboro Bucs football against the Oxford Hornets. Oxford coming at us with a 1-3 record. That matches the record of your Interboro Bucs. Two teams struggling to get back on the winning track here on a Friday night, a windy Friday night. It's homecoming 2023. That explains why we're a little bit late getting to the broadcast. It was quite an adventure getting over here with the annual homecoming parade up Trites Avenue and through South Avenue and around the back end of the stadium and halfway around the track. We'll be picking up the rest of that at halftime. But your Oxford Hornets are going to kick off to your Interboro Buccaneers back deep for the Bucs. A familiar triumvirate. And set to kick off for Oxford, number 9, Will Smith. And we're about to be underway here at South Ave Sports Complex. And Will Smith out of bounds, trying to avoid the freshman Mamadou Rogers, who is set to make his first start. You see that number 4 back there. It brings back a few memories maybe of Abu Kamara. Mamadou not going to start, but definitely going to see some playing time tonight. We're going to have our familiar group in there. Mikey McLaughlin, the junior quarterback. You'll see plenty of Tommy receiver and Anthony Barr, numbers 7 and 3 respectively. Got 2 in motion. Josh Lloyd at the tight end position. And it's receiver. First carry of the game, he'll get about 3 yards. J.J. Clark, the fullback. So second down and 6. Early going here, just 30 seconds into this contest. You see Barr in motion. Same setup. Clark, the fullback, gets receiver. He's going to come to the outside and be close to a first down, a yard shy, 44-yard line. C.J. Boyer pushed him out of bounds. Welcome to all our friends in the Interboro School District, as well as those folks from Oxford who might be watching. We have a windy night. Outdoor vantage point. Clark, the fullback, bounces off a tackle and gets the first down before Clark brings him down. A little bit of help as well from Jordan Chablé. I just kicked over part of my Red Bull. That was great. Thankfully, I have 2 or 3 more in the bag. Oh. Despite that little snafu on my end, first down Bucs, 48-yard line. Looking to get back on the winning track. McLaughlin, pressure from the outside, over the middle, has Lloyd. Going to be very close to a first down. They decide to not bring it out. Or they are going to bring the chains out. No, they're going to call it a first down from the 42-yard line going the other way. So almost exactly 10 yards. McLaughlin to Lloyd. And Bucs moving. Clark again. He'll have a first down. Inside the 30. So when last we met, we were here a couple weeks ago, 3 to be exact, against Pottstown. Bucs had dropped 1 to Strathaven the first week of the season. And then 3 weeks ago tonight. Bucs win their home opener against Pottstown. Then they go on the road and meet a little bit of a spot of bother, to be as precise as I can be. 25-0 loss against Upper Perk, and then 52-0 against Chester last week. Another run up the middle, so the big boys up front doing their job. Also see number 34, Eddie Jeffrey, in there. That was not him on the carry, but receiver off to the sideline. I wonder if he's okay. It looks like he's going to get checked out, so there may be a little bit of a issue with the health of Tommy receiver, or maybe he's just going to get retaped or something. We don't want to panic too much. Jeffrey down to close to 20-yard line, close to a first down, and Bucs doing their thing. So up front you have Pete Gentili. He's playing the guard position, or he's playing for Frescolin, rather. You got Royer and Cramphorn, the guards, Welsh, and then Greg Ferrari, the center. Floated up, and a touchdown, beautifully thrown by Mike McLaughlin to Josh Lloyd. Beats the defender, and into the back of the end zone goes Lloyd. Beautiful route. And a beautiful throw, maybe even better by Mikey McLaughlin. That's the kind of start they want to have back here at home. After, as we said, a couple of shutout losses on the road the last couple of days, last couple of weeks. Bucs just 3.5 minutes into this contest with a 6-0 lead. Dempsey Lopez set to try to add the point after. Up and through. This will give us a chance to, pause and reset. It's been a whirlwind hour or so. It began about an hour ago back at Interboro High School. As those of you close to the community know, Interboro is undergoing a series of renovations that's going to take a number of years to complete. I guess we're in phase 1, perhaps. Not to mention, with the forecast set to take a turn for the worse once we hit the midnight hour tonight, Mother Nature feels like they might want to speed it up just a little bit, as what I mean by that is the temperature has dropped several degrees since this beautiful sunny day we had. The wind has kicked up, and certainly has, not to mention, it's later in September now since last time we spoke, and it gets darker a little bit earlier. So it definitely is starting to have that, fall feel. The wind wreaked havoc on several of the decorations. The poor juniors had a beautiful float presentation and a beautiful poster and banner. They were setting to, affix that to the truck, and the wind just ripped it right in half. So, RIP to the juniors banner and float. Lopez's kick picked up by number 4, Justin Tyre, ball on the ground. And it looks like Oxford fell back on top of it. Good job by Jared Chablé. So this will be the first look we get at the Oxford offense, field position, the 36-yard line. As is usually the case, there's a little something missing with my roster. There's never ever exactly like a perfect roster that tells you what all the information you need. So important stuff like, the positions of the players, we're just going to have to figure out as we go. Not exactly a wealth of information for Oxford football on the internet. Nice stick, drives Tyre out of bounds. He might want to pack up his stuff and go home. His first 2 plays, he gets pop by Anthony Barr, and right before that, he nearly fumbles a kickoff. Your quarterback is Aiden Kane. He's wearing jersey number 10. Tyer gets about 2 on that first play, maybe 3, up to the 39-yard line. Joined in the backfield by number 6, that's C.J. Boyer. We saw him on defense. But Kane, the quarterback, in the shotgun formation. He's going to look to keep it. Kane falls to about the 41. Lloyd, among others, in on the tackle. You'll see a lot of Anthony Barr coming up from that safety position to make sticks. Once they realize that there may not be a threat to throw, you're going to see Barr run up and become part of the play. And again, I want to give hats off to all of you, not just the ones that are here, although it's great, excellent student participation. Tickets being sold all day. Student section is packed. We got the band, we got the parents, we got the cheerleaders, we got the homecoming festivities, and we have an incomplete pass on third down. Looking for the slant, nothing there. So perhaps a punting situation. You see Barr going back towards his safety position. Also Nadir Ali. So it looks like a quick 3 and out for the Hornets. Down 7-0 already. Landon Wiley, the punter, number 74. At least that's what the roster says. Snap is good. And Wiley with a knuckleball punt takes a nice Oxford roll inside the 30 to the 27. Down by Chris Vanini. And McLaughlin and the boys set to take over again. Well, I also wanted to, I've given a shout out to all the people who are here. We have a great crowd from the Interboro side. I see the Prospect Park Termites are here. I see the Little Bucs cheerleaders are here. So it is really a capacity crowd. Very hard to find a seat on our side. But I want to say hello to all you folks watching at home on YouTube, courtesy of Go Bucs Sports. Right up the middle is Barr, past the 45 to the 46. Lets us know it's a first down. It's a 20 on the carry for Anthony. And Bucs are just moving right along. Wind actually seems to have died down a little bit as A, it's not as cold here, and B, the signs that were really like blowing pretty hard, not so much. J.J. Clark, the up man, to nearly midfield. Joel McLean in there on the tackle. It's cool to see those Little Buck cheerleaders, though, holding up the signs. My youngest, Eva, she was doing the same thing a couple years ago. Pitch out by McLaughlin on the option. Not so much for Eddie Jeffrey. Lost a couple of yards. Maybe a loss of about 2. It'll bring up a third down and 8 for the Bucs offense. Almost midway through quarter number 1. Long day, long week. Back to school night last night. Made it a longer than usual day. Great to see all the parents out there in my 12th grade class, but all the rest of the parents who came out to see their students' teachers. Back at it this morning. Busy day, at least in AP Gov. And a wide open man is Eddie Jeffrey on the wheel route. Now he's going to be down because he fell down to the ground, stretched it out to make. Had he been hit in stride, Jeffrey would have been in for another touchdown, but first down to the 30. Homecoming, one of the best days of the year, Class Colors Day. You can see, well, you can't see because we're not on camera, but Josie and I up here, she's adorned in the junior gear. I'm wearing the colors of the sophomore. In a not so form-flattering red shirt that I'm wearing right now. I just saw a picture of myself. Good God, I need to get back on the running trails. Pitch out. So first down carry to about the 1 or the 2. And that was Mamadou Rogers. Chris Long referred to him as Momaboo because he's got the same number as Abu Kamara, but he checks out of the game. We'll try and get an update on the condition of Tommy Receiver. He's off standing near the 50-yard line, not in the game right this second. Clark looks like the only running back right now. Jeffrey flanked out wide. It does go to Clark. To the 21 or 22. Both teams featuring quite a few. I mean, a second ago you had a freshman backfield of Clark and Mamadou Rogers, which how often have you ever seen in all the years you and I have been watching Bucs football, 2 freshmen in the backfield? It's like crazy town. 21, the line of scrimmage, very close to a first down. Ball on the ground. Bucs, I do believe, fell on it, but that's going to make it a 4th down and 2 as a yard or 2 was lost on that play. Bucs going for the QB sneak. It was knocked loose. It's a 23-yard line, the line of scrimmage. Day culminated with the homecoming pep rally, at least the school day did. Pep rally dominated by the skits of the homecoming court. Definitely a different look of what these skits have morphed into. Reverse, and they're not going to get it. Ball going to get turned over on downs as they tried to go with the sweep to Barr, and he'll lose a yard or 2. Homecoming skits, again, interesting. They've turned into almost like small-time productions. You know, they used to be just kind of like walk out, do a little dance, do a little jig, you know, shake it up a little, you know, maybe have some theme music or almost like walkout music. That's the way it used to be. They turned into like mini productions, as I said. I can remember a couple of years ago, my wife took me to see Hamilton on Broadway. It was actually shorter than the skits that were performed today at Interboro. Hornets having a tough time getting the offense going. They might get a half a yard there, and that's a charity half a yard at best, as black shirts swarm on the Hornets to the 24-yard line. And again, that forward progress, a little bit of a gift if you ask me. 3 minutes to go, quarter number 1. We'll have some festivities for you. I said a minute ago the wind had stopped blowing. It has since picked up again. Another handoff up the gut. Connor Mallion, not much. He'll get to the 29. 30-yard line. 29 is where the ball is. I don't know if the chain guy's got depth perception issues. He's always like about a half a yard off of where the ball is. This one looks a little bit closer, and I think he moved it back. Kind of an offset power I formation. Kane on the keeper, not much, and it'll be 4th down now at the 30, and more than likely another punting situation for the Hornets. Back deep again, Ali and Barr set to receive the punt. And it's a fake. And Oxford, it's a pretty, it takes a little bit of nerve to do that deep in your own zone. But on the fake, Oxford gets a first down to the 36, so they will retain possession. And it looked like, I want to say Dominic Cataldi. If I got that one wrong, I apologize to whoever made that carry. But it looked like 33. I could be wrong. There was also a 23 on the roster there, Caden Baumgartner. One of those two, I think, had the ball. But a nice fake punt executed by Oxford. And the Hornets, with less than a minute to go in the first quarter, have possession again. We have our first flag. And it's like right around the time when you're ready to say, wow, rapidly moving first quarter here at South Ave Sports Complex. And we have a procedure call on the Hornets with 45 seconds to go. We'll get to some of our great sponsors in a matter of a couple of minutes when we have the break between first and second quarter. I don't know that we'll have a fainting goat halftime report, only because Joe Barrett and I have to drive our respective trucks, which means at the end of the quarter, he and I will be diving down off of our perch here. I'll be, wherever he is, he and I. My daughter Eva will go back to the trucks and drive around the track. And now a timeout call because they started the clock and the play clock was running down. So Oxford not wanting to have like one of the fastest first quarters ever. Calls timeout with 15.6 to go. So timeout on the field here at South Avenue. Bucs up 7-0 if you're just joining us. Although I think Herm has the score up on the screen now. And we're such a low-budget operation that I can't even see what is out there on the screen. We're doing the very best we can, but some of these high-dollar schools, they got all kinds of bells and whistles with the broadcast. I'm just one guy up here calling it like I see it with the naked eye. We got Josie. She's a junior volleyball player. Like she's a junior who is a volleyball player. She's up here on the camera. We had Dan Snyder last game, but then he went and got himself on the homecoming court. Maddie McGee's down there. I love Maddie McGee. Great kid. Kane under pressure, floats it up, caught. They get that yardage back to near the 40. Boyer on the catch. So they'll stop the clock for ever so brief time, and then they'll wind it as soon as the the flag on the play. That's why they stopped the clock. I look back to the original line of scrimmage, and that 7-yard gain may very well be coming back. So the 21-yard line will be the line of scrimmage, and first and 25 will be the down and distance as we reach the end of quarter number 1. So 1 quarter down, 3 to go. Oh, look, we got Bucko the Buck making an appearance. I don't know that Bucko is here for the last game. It may have been a little bit too cold or too hot last time around, but with the temperature, having dipped and it being a little bit more windy, it seems like it's a more favorable environment for Bucko the Buck. Bucs cheerleaders as well as the Little Bucs cheerleaders, and looks like some Prospect Park Termite cheerleaders, all of whom are here. I'm not sure if they're going to do a lap around the track or if they're going to go over to the student section, but very nice reception by the student section. Again, packed crowd. Wristbands sold all during school today. Let's take a look at the sponsors, why don't we? here on this homecoming Friday. And this may not necessarily be the order in which they appear. This is just the order that my daughter wrote them down last time around. So, Ray's Tire and Automotive, the law offices of Stanton Miller, Equipment Trade Service Company Incorporated, Double Decker Pizza, and Salerno Tires. This is our first group of sponsors, and we certainly want to thank them for their support of Interboro Bucs football, and want to remind those of you out in the Interboro community to help support the people that support our kids. Keeper on first and really long, that goes for about 3 or 4, but not much more. So again, Ray's Tire and Automotive, Stanton Miller, the law offices, Equipment Trade Service Company Incorporated, Double Decker Pizza, and Salerno Tire Corporation. And I say double decker twice, and it just makes me realize how hungry I am. I could go for about 6 inside outs right about now. I hear you. I haven't had one in actually a little while. It's been a minute since I had an inside out, but I could certainly go for a couple. I might stop off for some on my way to dinner. Kane rolls out to the near side of your screen, sends a man down deep. Good recognition by Kane, and if he could have connected, it would have certainly been 6 points. Justin Tyre had his defender beat cleanly by several steps, and Kane, wise move there as he rolls out to his left, his left, and sees Tyre and just sends him down the field. Just can't connect. The ball had a little bit too much air under it. Tyre couldn't get underneath of it. But had he been able to, it would have been a walk-in touchdown to tie the score, or come close to tying the score for the Oxford Hornets. It's a smart play call with that third and very long. The second and very long is when the play was. Now it's third and very long. And you have an inside handoff, and ground game just not really doing a whole lot for the Hornets. Like Boyer was twisted there. I thought he was going to be injured on the play, but not so much. He'll trot off under his own power, and it'll be time for another punt. Landon Wiley had it's a little bit of a crosswind, to be honest with you. Like, if you look at the flag, it's definitely like at the back, but really it's more of a crosswind, and it's blocked. Punt is blocked, and great spot. Nice punt block there. Nice special teams play. Looked like Andrew Kyle on the block. And great field position set up, as Kyle was just able to force his way in from the outside. Great job setting the Bucs up with fine field position here at the 18-yard line. That's Jeffrey. Not much on his first down carry. Wiley there seemingly a little upset about that punt block with the tackle. This is a great environment though, man. I'm sitting here just happy as can be. It's Friday night. The band is cooking. They sound great. Bucs are winning. Great crowd here on homecoming. If I had a light behind me, I'd probably be like the happiest dude in the world. I know that's going to be forthcoming. Whatever. You didn't have to like hop to it or anything. If I was at home and I said, like, boy, I could use a light to, like, either my wife or the kids or whatever, they would all collectively say, well, get up and turn it on yourself. It's service with a smile over here up at the booth. That's what's up. McLaughlin looking for somebody. Wisely throws it out of bounds on 3rd down and long. So it'll be 4th and long. From here, we're looking at about a 35, 36-yard field goal attempt for Dempsey Lopez. He is checking in, actually. Oh, look at that, man. The Lord said, let there be light. Lopez will line it up at the 23, so a 33-yard field goal. That is my truck about 20 or 30 yards behind, so unless it's Jake Elliott kicking, it should be safe. Lopez's kick is way wide. Little pressure coming from Oxford, so that was a valiant attempt. Gotta love Den Lux giving Dempsey Lopez the opportunity, but to be quite honest with you, with these crosswinds, maybe not the best time to take a shot at the field goal. So it'll remain 7-0. 9:03 to go. Quarter number 2. Change of possession headed Oxford's way. So 25 will be the line of scrimmage. Well, I'm wondering why my stack of papers, I forgot Lisa Ford gave me all this stuff to say. Big shout out to Athletic Director Lisa Ford for all of her fine work. It was a very complicated week. Very busy week. And that jet sweep yields next to nothing for Tyre. His name might be Tyre, it might be Tyre, it might be Tyree. I don't see any accents or anything like that, so we're just going to go with Tyre. .22 is the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 8. Clock running with 8.5 to go, quarter number 2. And handoff up the middle and about 2 more yards on the play. Looks like Jeffrey had the stop. If you're home watching this game on YouTube, courtesy of Go Bucs Sports, and perhaps you can hear some wind, it's not my fault. I'm out here in the elements, and I know Herm gave me this special pad that's supposed to cut back on some of the wind that maybe you hear at home. So hopefully it's not as bad as it has been in years past. But I'm at my perch high above, and Oxford looking for a 1st down, not by a penalty or fake punt. They're not going to get it. Mallion on the screen pass, I guess you can call it that, makes it 4th and 1 or 2. And we'll see if the offense is staying on the field. They apparently are. Again, got to give props to the coaching staff of Oxford. They're trying to keep it interesting. I guess they figured with the field position the Bucs had, they didn't score. They're not going to be afraid to try it again, and they made him jump offside, so they're going to get a 1st down anyway. And maybe that was part of the deal. The old Steve Lennox hard count, executed to perfection by Aiden Kyle, the quarterback, and 5 yards will give the Hornets a 1st down at the 34-yard line. 7:06 to go, and counting, quarter number 2. We'll have some halftime festivities, including a field show by your Bucs band. You'll have some other homecoming festivities. The court presentation, the float presentation, and a trip, which not called. I guess it was an inadvertent trip there by Barr, but nonetheless, definitely something that could have been called. At least that's what I thought I saw. .34-yard line. Kyle looking to throw, and he'll throw it out of bounds. He's outside the tackle box. Past the line of scrimmage. There's a few people shouting for grounding, but actually Kyle did everything right there. And what you have to like about what Aiden Kyle does there is, or Aiden Kane, I'm sorry, I'm calling him Kyle. Aiden Kane does there, junior quarterback. What Kane does there is he shows a lot of maturity because, and then he's done this on a couple of plays where they've had an opportunity to maybe try to force one, but the goal here is don't turn it over. You're still on your own side of the field. He throws the ball out of bounds. McLaughlin did it earlier in the game. So two junior quarterbacks both making smart plays. Mallion on the pass gets the first down past the 45 to the 47, and now all of a sudden Oxford's got a couple first downs strung together. And definitely not something that you want to see if you're a Bucs fan. You want to be able to stop this offensive drive and try and get the ball back, because we're now under the 6-minute mark. Ball on the 45 will be the line of scrimmage. 5:57. Clock will stop when play resumes. Kane hands off. Jaden Cosenzo. He'll get 7, so an impressive first down carry brings up a second down and 3. And I think it's official to say now that Oxford is on the move. Got the ball inside Bucs territory to the 48. Couple of first downs and momentum starting to shift into the hands of the Hornets. Kane, another sweep, and Cosenzo past the 35 down to the 34. Although there's some laundry on the field, it sure looks like. This one may be coming back. And it will. So I didn't see the referee's signal, although it's in that I'm waiting on the Ed Barrar thing. They already signaled it, so he's not going to tell us anything more. We'll see how far they move the ball back and see. Yeah, taking a sweet old time marking it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to have more than likely a holding penalty there. Ball back to the 43 now. So all that real estate gained now lost with the holding penalty. Second down and 12. 12 and a half, 13, something like that. So nice run by Cosenzo, negated by a penalty. And it'll be second and long. 4:50 and counting. And dare I say, a rapidly moving first half. And Kane is sacked behind the line of scrimmage by Jeffrey. Ball came loose. We're interested to see if they call it a fumble. They do. We have the side judge calling it a fumble, and Bucs ball. I wasn't sure if Kane's butt had hit the ground, but they're going to say that it was fumbled beforehand, and it's going to be Bucs football. So Eddie Jeffrey with the sack. Ball jarred loose. Referees caucus. And Bucs football. The J.J. Clark on the carry. To the 34-yard line, so he'll lose a half a yard there. 4:10 and counting. Bucs go down the field on the initial drive. McLaughlin to Lloyd for the touchdown. Beautiful pass to Josh Lloyd. Nothing on the offensive side since for either team except for a missed field goal. Now it's Mamadou Rogers outside, 15 or 16 or 17. Seeing that number 4 break one, gonna bring back some memories, I'm not gonna lie. $16-yard line, the line of scrimmage. First and 10. Inside handoff, not going to yield a whole lot as we go inside 4 minutes. Better get to some more of these sponsors or they're going to stop paying our bills. Next time there's a break in the action, we'll jump on a few more sponsors. Rogers up the middle. That'll be close to first down. He'll be past first down. Wait, that's the greatest text I've ever gotten in my life. Josie, one of my good mates just ordered us some inside outs. They're on their way up. Thanks, Dempsey, a former student and co-worker, setting up some inside outs for us. It says they're on their way. That's what's up. Next time we're going to ask for steak and lobster tail. Clark, not much on first and goal. Oxford, height, nice tackle. They lose a yard, does Clark. Checking in, Nolan Royer checking out. I'm thinking that's Alex Gattal. Told me in class they were ready. I think he gets a little bit of time on offense. He's mainly a nose tackle, defensive tackle, but he may have been snuck in there for a play or two, did Alex. Nice guy, AP Gov student. Told me, he says, I guarantee we score tonight. I said, cool. Mamadou Rogers up the gut. Close to a first touchdown, but not much. As you can see, probably about the half-yard line for the Bucs. We're inside 2 minutes. Minute and a half and counting. Mikey McLaughlin trots back on the field, and it really is like, I don't want to say anything because the second half might take 3 hours, but like it's 7:43 here on the East Coast, and we're almost in the final minute. And we will be in the final minute because I don't think they scored right there. I don't see anybody. That ball definitely didn't go over the goal line. So under a minute. Under a yard, under a half a yard. Jeffrey will trot off. We'll try and set the backfield. Those big boys up front got a job to do. Royer, Cramphorn, Welsh, Ferrari, and Pete Gentili playing an offensive line position. And into the end zone, touchdown. And Rogers with the touchdown. Mamadou Rogers, the young freshman. I'm still like at a loss for words with having like a freshman backfield this is something that we can sustain and keep these guys for the next couple of years. We could be talking about something special in a few years. Something that keeps coaches wanting to coach, keeps broadcasters wanting to broadcast. Dempsey Lopez, another one that is, he's a 10th grader, and I only noticed because he bought a shirt and I distributed one to him yesterday or the day before. Also, shout out to my daughter for finding her way back to her seat. I'm like looking down. She was in a certain spot, and then she wasn't, and I briefly went into panic mode. Because, you know, she's my daughter. Then I noticed that she texted me going to the WC, which doesn't surprise me after that Celsius he chugged. Because once again, I'm the greatest father ever. Folks gathering down there with 27 seconds. It may almost be time for me to head down there. The Bucs are going to kick it off. I guess I'll stick around, and yeah, why not? Well, I mean, what are they going to do? Like, I'm in line, right? I have the only key to the truck, so they can't proceed or process, and the band's going to play anyway, so I'm okay. I don't have to like miss the last 27 seconds, not at all. Now I might miss the first couple seconds of the second half. Bucs high bounce on the kick. Oh, heavens. Eddie Jeffrey with a big pop. The whistle had already blown. And, yeah, I think if ever there was going to be a flag, I would say that might be time for one. I mean, the whistle had already blown, and Eddie Jeffrey, like, talk about hit on a defenseless receiver. I don't think Eddie, like, maliciously said, hey, let me hit a defenseless receiver. I think he probably just didn't know that the thing. Now, the Bucs coaching staff, not happy, but there were like a whole bunch of whistles. Now, what that's going to bring up is, you know, I have a feeling that two things are going to happen here. One of these two coaches is going to be angry because both of them are out at their respective hash marks. If they pick up the flag, this Oxford coach is going to, like, flip. They're not picking up the flag because they're moving it 15 yards ahead from where the hit took place. So Dan Lux is now going to lose his mind. And I think he has a little bit of a concern there, a little bit of a legitimate beef in that, or maybe he doesn't, I don't know. But they're just going to kick it off again. So that apparently never happened. So tell that to the kid that got laid out by Eddie Jeffrey when the whistle blew. So number 12, Jared Shibley, receives this squib kick. Nice high bounce, and then like he stops when he hears the whistle. Eddie Jeffrey doesn't. So now another kick. Shibley picks it up. And they try like Aaron Keene with the stick, but this is when they're upright, and now it's going to get a little bit chippy, as I imagine it will. 18 seconds left, ball on the 45. With the Bucs being up 14-0, I'm not entirely sure that the Hornets are going to just, kneel on the ball and go into the half. We're going to have a longer than usual half because of the homecoming. They're going to get the ball to start the second half. So I wouldn't be surprised if Kane and the offense of Oxford doesn't decide to try to run something here. 3 wide receiver set for the Hornets. Boyer, the running back, and it was intended for him, but he was not looking at it. So a couple seconds run off. Bucs band set to perform their field show in a few. So 14 seconds and 55 yards to go for Oxford. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the far end of your screen. Pressure from Jeffrey, a screen, and a big stick on the incomplete pass. Tommy receiver. Now, granted, the hit on the incomplete pass may or may not have necessitated the Trevor Bauer stick the knife in the ground move. I don't know, but I mean, considering it won't get recorded as a tackle. Kane rolls out, pressured, throws it up in the air, and that's got a whole lot of nowhere. It's intercepted out of bounds. And that'll be it. So it's halftime here at South Avenue. I got another job to do. I got to Uber drive Keegan Fales and Sabrina Branham around the track. So we'll see you when we see you. It says 25 minutes, so if you want to watch some homecoming festivities, I guess we'll have them for you. We will. Thanks. Shout out to Herm. So check us out, and we'll see you back in the third quarter. Big Herm. Good job.
Good evening to everyone who is still with us at the broadcast. Welcome to the halftime show for Interboro's homecoming 2023 game. My name is Andrew Herman. I'm on the broadcast here at Go Bucs Sports. And I'm hopping on the mic here sporadically to narrate our halftime. Right now we have Athletic Director Lisa Ford over the PA, doling out thanks for all of the people who make homecoming week so special. It does take a lot of people to turn homecoming week into what it is. And one of them is walking out to the middle of the field right now. His name is Band Director Dan Friel. So it looks like we've got a bit of a cartoon theme for the homecoming halftime show this year, and I'll let the band do the talking here. But thanks for sticking around and watching the halftime show. feeling the Pokemon theme song is coming soon, but don't want to get too excited. Great performance of the Spider-Man theme so far. Let's see what we've got next here. Buzz of activity here as we change songs, but fantastic start. Little That's All folks there to celebrate Looney Tunes as they walk off the field. That's the Bucs marching band, the color guard, and as Mr. Soroka likes to wax poetic on the broadcast, homecoming week really does show you why it's such a great thing to work at a high school, to work for a school. There's so many different people that come together for a shared purpose, and homecoming week is a really nice reminder of all that. Speaking of which, we've got the homecoming floats a-rolling. We'll pan to that as we speak, and this is a tradition that's been going on here at the high school for many a year. We've got representatives of class congress from each grade, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, all constructing floats. But before we get there, we have the homecoming court, and they are driving and being escorted by volunteer vehicles. We'll zoom in here so we can get a good shot of our homecoming court. King and queen to be crowned tomorrow night at the homecoming dance. Always a fun activity. do my best to see who we got here, but I'm definitely seeing Kyle Brown and Sean Mack. Really great representation of the student body in the homecoming court. Some really wonderful skits today too. We had all sorts of representations from the Taylor Swift Grammy-robbing moment, which I believe Sean, who we just saw perform the role of Kanye West stealing the Grammy away. We've got my reliable cameraman, Dan Schneider, down there on the homecoming court. Could sadly not help me with the sideline video camera this game, but I was incredibly happy to hear that he was nominated to the court this year. He works tirelessly on all things video at the high school. So that's him getting out of the truck right there. I just wanted to give him a shout out. He was sad he couldn't help out with the game, but hey, homecoming court is an important duty. I completely understand. Now, if you can't hear, the PA announcer right now is Lisa Ford, athletic director, and she's kind of giving all sorts of information about the members of the homecoming court as they're photographed with their families. We have Sabrina Branham, who just got her photograph taken. Kyle Brown, one of our great seniors at the high school, another video production student who very creative and willing to learn new things, so really happy to see him on the homecoming court. So I believe Adriel Butler and Keegan Fales are next. Some truly deserving young people. The homecoming court gathers at the center field here. Karen Hagner, and again, if you cannot hear the PA announcer, what Lisa Ford and Andy Costanza are doing here is they're listing off the myriad ways that these students affect the school. So Karen here, I heard mention, she's involved with Bucs Buddies, Student Council, Class Congress. Each of these students just has a laundry list of activities and ways that they help their school. Barcy Hilton is on the football team, so he cannot be part of the halftime celebration here. But another one of my students, I can vouch for Barcy, and is deserving place at the court. So that was Izzy Horowitz. Mike Keeney is on the court, and Lisa Ford has been announcing all of her qualifications for like 4 minutes because Megan's involved in essentially everything. And she's constantly working to promote Interboro initiatives. You can see her out there, on the cheerleading team, of course. Sean Mapp has also joined them up there. Sean Mapp is one of the most positive students that I encounter on a daily basis. On the PBIS student team, Bucs Game Day crew, he does a lot of great work for. That's a great new club at the high school that kind of tries to get the student section as an organized force for good here at the South Ave Sports Complex. So Grace Receiver's on the court along with her twin, Tommy, who is, you've heard his name quite a bit in Soroka's broadcast here, but Tommy, of course, is in the locker room right now, getting ready for the second half. They've got a little cardboard cut out of his head. Daniel Schneider. Dan works hard as a electrician in his Votech part of his day, but he helps out with cross country. He's a great runner, and he's definitely one of the biggest parts of making my job a lot easier with helping with video. Sarah Smith's next. So happy I've had so many students in my classes. Julie Tran, our last member here. There was a big crowd reaction when her name was mentioned. That's your homecoming court. Great court. Couldn't think of more deserving young people. And tomorrow night at the dance, we will find out who is the homecoming king and queen voted upon last week by the senior class. Next comes the judging of the floats. We've got each class, freshman first coming down the line here. Getting excited about the homecoming festivities. We'll see what their theme is. Got some flips going on here for sophomores. So the theme is soft serve for the sophomores. They have an ice cream truck here that they're crafting. Very clever. This is a very advanced float here for the juniors. Trailer in tow, 2025, Class of that is. Oh my goodness, we've got a Mario Kart. Kind of incredible. Not sure where they found that. And finally, the seniors. Oh, we got Ryan Lehman playing some guitar here. Very creative. We'll announce the judges and the winning floats very soon. I'll just sign off for the half there. Appreciate everyone following along with the halftime show. Mr. Soroka will be back. I believe that's his truck over there. So he's gonna hightail it back to get on the broadcast. Hopefully I don't have to jump on and narrate any actual football action. He's, the best in the business at that. But I'll be signing off now. Thanks for following along with the homecoming halftime show.
set to begin half number 2. I'm back. Bill Soroka here, 12 minutes on the clock. Quarter number 3, and the Bucs pops one up. And I have a feeling that this kid, number 12, Jared Chablais, is going to ask to be taken off of kick return duty because they keep popping the ball up and he keeps getting popped. Now, hats off to him because that's 3 straight times this poor kid has caught a ball and taken a wallop like within the last half an hour or so. 2 times at the end of the first half, we had a little halftime festivity. I hope you enjoyed it. And then second half kickoff. For 3 seconds in here, quarter number 3, Oxford down 14-0. They have the ball to start the quarter, and we're ready to go here in half number 2. Kane steps up in the pocket, once again floats one up, and good job of coming back for the ball by Tyre, but through his hands. But nice recognition there, and you can see, like, with this Oxford team, you see that they have an idea as to how to play football, and they seem to do a couple of nice things. They just don't have the ability or the bodies yet to execute, but it may be there. And I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to look at it and say, see all the number of like young kids that are on the roster, a lot of 9th and 10th graders down the depth chart there, and say, hey, maybe, you know, in a year or 2 they'll be okay. This is Boyer. Boyer gets 6 or 7. And again, from a record standpoint, neither of these teams are lighting the world on fire. Bucs looking for win number 2. They won their one home game 3 weeks ago. Lost all their games on the road, Strathaven, Upper Perk, and Chester. None of them particularly close. Oddly enough, Strathaven probably being the closest one. Against clearly the best team of those 3 that we mentioned. Boyer again, past the 45 to the 43. So another first down for the Hornets. And as I said, you know, they're moving the ball pretty nicely, and they've done this now a couple drives in a row. And if you're an Oxford fan joining us here on YouTube via Go Bucs Sports, as a penalty will drive them back a little bit. Next Friday, Bucs travel to Kennett, where things seem to have quieted down from last week. Danilo back in the big house, so all's quiet over in Chester County now. So Bucs will be there next Friday. And back here in a couple of weeks. 3 to be exact, the 14th, that's a Saturday. Ball behind the line of scrimmage, so Kyle Cramphorn, a little jacked up to get that tackle on defense behind the line of scrimmage. Good to see the lineman getting a little bit of publicity. Behind the 50 to the 49. You know how much we love these Saturday afternoon games. It's a Saturday late morning afternoon. It's an 11 o'clock game against Chi. That's not till the 14th. Only 5 home games this year. Penwood on the 27th. So I'll give you the next couple weeks in a second. big hitting going on. But another first down, or close to, I'm sorry, not a first down, close to a first down, as they eat up those penalty yards and get down back inside the 40 to the 37. Be third down and about 5 or 6. That was Mallion on the reception from Kane. So third and about 6, they're going to put the ball on the ground and not get much. They've had a tough time moving the ball on the ground, I mean. Boyer with not much, so fourth down and about 7. I can't imagine anything other than they're going to go for it scenario. So the next couple of weeks, Friday the 29th at Kennett. Friday the 6th at Chichester. Saturday, so if I said Chichester was home a few minutes ago, I erred. Saturday the 14th at home, that's our next home contest. That's our next broadcast. It's an 11 o'clock a.m. game. Week after that, the 20th, on the road at Avongrove. Week after that, Friday the 17th, or the 27th of October, Penwood. And then playoffs, maybe not playoffs, timeout on the field here. We'll see if they make the playoffs when that regular season is over after the 27th. That first week in November would be the playoffs. We'll see how, what happens. Right now at 1-3, not too optimistic, but if they can go on a little bit of a run, we'll be okay. For District 4A, for District 1, not as much competition, so the ability to make the playoffs a little bit easier, but we'll see. Again, they're going to have to win out or come close to it. And a lot of games that there's at least an opportunity to win here. But between Penwood and Ridley on Thanksgiving, which is also a home game, so we'll have that broadcast for you as well. So just a couple games under the lights this year, sad to say. Jeffrey with pressure, forcing Kane to make a decision. He's got a man, it's Tyre, and nice job by Barr. And a little bit of bump in there. A flag on the play. So good coverage by Strange and Barr. So on that fourth down play, Bucs celebrate. Penalty called, but it was declined because the pass fell incomplete. So Bucs will have their first drive of the second half. Mikey McLaughlin and the squad out there to the 38-yard line. That'll be their line of scrimmage, 1st and 10. Well, J.J. Nelson appearance. Be the wide receiver on the near end of your screen. Nelson singled up on the outside. Barr on the sweep. Barr loses a couple. Now, if you look at, you told me, in the beginning of the year, that here we are in week 5, and our lineup is going to be a whole lot of underclassmen at the skill positions. Eddie Jeffrey getting significant time and carries at a skill position. We got J.J. Clark at fullback. Another running back that's a freshman, Mamadou Rogers. J.J. Nelson, a junior at wide receiver. I'm not so sure I would have believed you, but here we are. 3rd down and 6, so 2 straight plays on defense for the Oxford Hornets where they drive the Bucs back and set up a 3rd down and long. Rogers checks out. I imagine a passing down, but again, with these wins, you just never know what Coach Lux wants to chance. you certainly don't want to throw the ball away here and give Oxford great field position and give them a chance to get back into this game. McLaughlin, though, set to throw, fires over the middle, incomplete, in and out of the hands of Anthony Barr. He wouldn't have had enough for a first down anyway, and he'll set up a 4th down and long. Tommy receiver in the punt. Tyre back deep to receive the punt, number 4. He'd be the lone safety back there. So we've set the schedule for you the rest of the way. We can certainly talk about that a little bit more. Lisa Ford gave me this extensive list of names. We can certainly jump on that. It's not exactly senior rec yet, so, but we'll definitely have some of these names for senior. Fordo and Costanzo did a good job naming all the folks on the homecoming court. They used to put all their faces in the program back when we had, I don't think they even do programs anymore. You know, here we are in the digital age. I haven't seen a football program in quite a while. Lots of shout-outs, though. First and foremost, the athletic sort of administrative team and the Bucs game day staff, headed by athletic director Lisa Ford, assistant athletic director Joe Barrett, Jess Hinchy. All 3 of them go way above and beyond, and on homecoming day, so the amount of work that they have had to do, that they've had on their plate the last 3 days, you can't say enough good things about that team. Trainer Jenna out there as well. Our administrative team of and now they're going to have to punt again. So penalty on the Borough is going to drive receiver back even more inside the 15. And actually not a bad punt. And Tyre gets out of the way, and not that much of a difference in the end result. Another flag on the play. Not exactly sure what is going on here, and why the Bucs just committed a foul. Fortunately, Tommy receiver bailed him out a little bit with that booming punt, and it looks like another foul here that is probably going to go against Interboro. So we'll wait on the referee's signal. I'm sitting here trying to give shout-outs, and then like something takes place that I had to announce. Fortunately, I saw this, so another dead ball foul. Actually, this one against both teams, so they offset. So referees take the path of least resistance here, and essentially no gain or loss in yardage for the Bucs or Hornets. Hornets take over at the 37-yard line. 5:47 to go in the third quarter. Moving along kind of nicely here, to be honest with you. It's only 8:35 here on the East Coast. But again, I want to give shout out to our administrative team. That's what I was getting at before I was so rudely interrupted by all these flags. Principal Litz, Assistant Principal Amber Fisher Brown, Dr. Heather Daniels, Lisa Ford. And another one of these plays where Bucs are going to have to start to tighten this up, because they start having these holes against teams that can execute these plays. This is exactly why you had the results you had the last 2 weeks. And with all that, posing and posturing and driving pretend swords into the ground, I guess you can do that when you're playing against 1-3 Oxford. But honestly, there's about 4 plays in this game where if you had a more experienced, dare I say, better team on the field, they would have broken 4 or 5 long plays, because they've allowed the defender to get behind. That said, Boyer for 3. And the biggest shout out of all, well, maybe the second biggest shout out, is going to go to my good mate Brian Dempsey, former player here, class of 2005, former co-worker for the now defunct Dave Garozzo Lawn and Landscapes. Set up some inside outs I don't know who he said that maybe they're just for me, maybe for the crew here. They're all sitting in my truck right now, so inevitably Eva and I are going to eat them after we get done Applebee's. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're a good man. 3rd down and long here. 3rd down and about 7 for the Hornets. They have 4 wide receivers, man in motion. Pressure from Jeffrey. Kane steps up in the pocket, floats it out to Boyer. Boyer going to get a 1st down. And again, this is why maybe all that posing and posturing and driving pretend swords into the ground maybe you shouldn't do, because for all the pressure that they put on the quarterback, they allow him to escape, dump it off for a very preventable 1st down at midfield. Little Bucs cheerleaders they're going to take the second half off, so they'll leave it to the high school cheerleaders. Shout out to all the class congresses for a fantastic presentation of banners and floats. Highly motivated group of kids out there. I saw some nice floats and banners. I thought all of them looked really good. Freshman theme, the fresh class of Interboro. We were bumping a little Will Smith on the way around the track. Sophomores, Mr. Softy. And ice cream, actual ice cream. Not a real good night for ice cream, to be honest with you. We thought one of our biggest problems was going to be ice cream melting, so we employed a nice Yeti cooler with some ice. But it's not really, to be honest with you, I don't think anybody's in the mood for ice cream in this kind of weather. Ball up the gut, so it'll be 3rd down and 1. Juniors with Mario and Luigi, Super Mario Brothers. Seniors with the Rio theme. Great shirts by all the teams. I mean, inevitably, I'm sure the seniors will win, because even if they walked around and threw paper airplanes at the crowd, they'd still win, because the judging is rigged as... it was just rigged, let's just say that. But I'm sure they're going to win. And they also had a good float anyway, so they probably deserve to win this year. But with that said, you know how politics these days, if you lose, just say the election is rigged, and there's probably about half the population will believe you. But honestly, the seniors probably deserve to win. They had a nice float. They constructed it. Great kids, great T-shirts. I was saying to all the parents at back to school night, and this wasn't actually hyperbole, I really do believe this. This is the best start to the year we've had in a long time. Here we are at the end of week 3, and I feel like we're still in the honeymoon phase. I hope it keeps going on. Herm is shaking his head yes next to me. It's been a really good start to the year. And I'm still loving my kids. It's been good stuff. 1st down carry, maybe a yard or 2. But Oxford on the move here with 2:15 and counting to go in quarter number 3. I feel like both these teams were you know what, man? It's going to be it's a windy, kind of uncomfortable night. If you didn't bring a hoodie or a jacket, you definitely made a bad decision. Floats one up, and Tyre brings it down. And, it's you knew this was going to connect eventually. It gets behind the defense. Tyree, whatever his name is, number 4, he's inside to about the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Hornets. And things are getting interesting. If they end up punching one in, look out, man. Knock it down to a 1-score game. Ball on a 5.5-yard line, minute 30 and counting by the time the ball is snapped. 3 wide receivers set. Kane, the inside handoff to Boyer. He'll get inside the 5 to about the 3. Big Herm up here on the camera. Got Maddie McGee down there at the field level. Josie looks like she's taking some pictures, so apparently we have lost her for the evening. Not sure who's directing this show, but And we have into the end zone goes Oxford. Kane with the keeper on what appeared to be a bootleg, and in they go. Bucs faithful not happy, not having it, but the simple fact is it's 14-6 with 52 seconds to go. And we'll see what the extra point attempt looks like. It looks like Will Smith, the kicker. That goes wide to the left. He drilled it, but it went wide left. So a little bit of a break there for the Bucs, as if Oxford is able to score another touchdown before the Bucs, they'll have to go for 2 points to equalize the score. And now that the Oxford band is able to fire up a fight song for the first time tonight, I also want to give a shout out to the Oxford Hornet band. Two things, two reasons why. One, as they were preparing to play the pregame show, the floats and the classes and the homecoming court sort of came up behind them, and they all turned around and gave us a hand, gave probably not so much the guys driving the truck like me, but they gave the kids who were on the homecoming court and the kids who were presenting the floats and the banners and all a nice courteous round of applause. And then they came on and really gave a, not gonna lie, like a kick butt performance. Little fight song, little Frozen. So well done by the Oxford band. I saw a few members and some parents said, I told them how highly I thought of their band's performance. They were so appreciative, so nice, said have a nice night. I don't know if everybody in Chester County is that nice, or maybe it's just these people, but either way, like, if you're watching this game, oh, look out, look out, look out! We got Ali all the way down past midfield to the 40. I'm sitting here giving shout-outs to the Oxford band, and the dear Ali says, like, shut up, dude, talk about me. Great field position for the Bucs down to the 37. So, listen, if you're an Oxford band parent, an Oxford band supporter, a member of the Oxford community, you should be really proud of your band. Very nice young men and women. They performed well. They were courteous. And you love to see that out of the young kids, even in a hotly contested environment like this, a high school football game. Good sportsmanship there. McLaughlin and the boys trying to stretch this lead out as Oxford's made it a little bit too close for comfort here at the end of quarter number 3. Mamadou Rogers outside, down to the 30. Clock will stop because of the out of bounds play, 33 and change. We'll get to some of these sponsors here at the quarter break. We'll see about that Lisa Ford list. I feel like I should give another shout out to Double Decker Pizza though, since they sent over those inside outs. That's what's up. So 33.2 to go. 2-yard carry for J.J. Clark, so that'll be almost undoubtedly, unless something crazy here happens, the last play of quarter number 3. So let's rip through some of these sponsors. Femi's Pizzeria, Steak and Pub. Definitely give them a shout. 39 North Tap Room and Grill. Eric from Robin Ford and State Farm agent Joe Daly, longtime sponsor Joe Daly, thank you. And they do like a quick hurry up play for Mamadou Rogers, as Dan Luck says, let's just, go hurry up to end the third quarter. That will be the end of our time together here for 3 quarters so we can throw 4 fingers up in the air. It's fourth quarter time here at South Ave Sports Complex. Band slowly but surely trickling back in. Hopefully we'll have some time and the game will necessitate a little get the beat down. West End Boat Club, J.D. McGillicuddy's, the Glen Olden Fire Company, Casey's Saloon and Restaurant, Haggerty's Cafe and Bar. You may know a thing or two about Hags. Steam Fitters Local Union 420. And Paul's Discount Cleaners. So we switch ends. As always, I want to give our almost weekly shout out to the family of Matt DeSands. Banner here commemorating his life, cut short way too soon by a tragic work accident. But Matt DeSands, every time I see that thing, I think of you, buddy. Miss you every day. Path Brothers Construction, Cope's Quality Towing, Davis's Trading Post, Long and Foster Companies, and Blushing Bell Hairstyles by Aaron. It's about time for fourth quarter action, so we'll get to some of these other sponsors shortly. Both sets of student sections got the cell phones out. Joe Barrett firing them up over there. Not much on the play there as the fourth quarter is commenced. Be third down and about 4. Loss on the play. Bucs offense, line of scrimmage, the 21-yard line. Certainly, I would say we're in 4-down territory. I don't think Coach Lux at this juncture is going to chance any more things with the kicking game with these crosswinds the way that they are. Certainly within Dempsey Lopez's range, but I don't think that the kicking game is going to be a whole lot of that. Flag on the play, so whatever ground that Rogers gained, it will probably be negated and then some by that flag. So we're about a minute into quarter number 4. And of course, you know, the shout outs continue. You want to thank Mr. Herman and the tech squad here, the game day broadcast crew to help bring us this game on YouTube, courtesy of Go Bucs Sports. Josie and Maddie Miller. Maddie McGee, I'm an idiot. Third down and 14. They go with the inside handoff. That looks like a modified sweep to Barr. They'll get down to the 25. Fourth down and 8. And the first injury of the game, so that'll stop the clock with 10.5 to go. We'll get to the injured player on the field in just a moment. Both teams will go off the field for a moment. Hopefully nothing too serious. You don't see anybody like sprinting onto the field. So hopefully it's just kind of a wind knocked out of the situation. Looks like the young man is getting up. So injured player appears to be 56, Zach Richardson, although I don't want to alarm anybody. Shout out to the Oxford band for a little in-game music there. Interboro band, I'm sure, will answer momentarily. So we're about to resume for the 4th down and 8 play here. Kind of pivotal, as failure to get a first down will give Oxford and their streaking offense the ball back. If they can convert a first down, Bucs inching a little bit closer to spreading this back out to a more than one score game. 14-6 is our score. McLaughlin drops back, fires over the middle when it's high. Was looking for Lloyd. So ball back to Oxford on downs. Aiden Kane and the Oxford Hornets will be back on the field looking to try and knot this game up. That's the best they'll be able to do on this drive. They'll have to score and get a 2-point conversion. So we are in the final quarter, the final 10 minutes of this football contest. It has remained dry. It is a little bit cold. It's not that cold, but again, I think, fortunately a lot of us decided to dress for the occasion. Delayed handoff this time. That was Boyer. 35 and a first down. It's up to the 36-yard line, so first down yields another first down. It's not so ridiculously cold that people, it's like hypothermia time, but with that wind, it's been kicking the whole game. It's probably in the 50s at this point. I got shorts on, long sleeve tee, hoodie, but I'm comfy. After all, I'm sitting here with all of you folks broadcasting some Bucs football on a Friday night, which, listen, on a fall Friday, what else are you going to do? This is where we want to be, right? So hopefully you're all where you want to be too, whether you're out here at the game tuning in. I see a couple people with their phones on, watching the game that they're also watching live. Some earbuds in, probably listening to yours truly, so I appreciate it. People at home watching what my good buddy Brian Peltz called the Soroka cast. That's an incomplete pass. And a pancake, so still being a little bit physical there. Both sides, a little bit chippy. So it'll be 3rd down and 9. Joe Barrett and I had to pick him up from the field because, we knew we were going to be driving the truck, so make a long story short, Joe Barrett and I are in my truck, daughter Eva in the back, and we were starting to talk about Peltz's Halloween setup. We were like, you think he's got it all set up in, mid to late September? He's got all the blow-ups. Like, we're doing a Peltz drive-by. So we made that hard right turn down 16th Avenue and decided to go give, Peltz a little drive-by. And worst thing ever happened, like if you're doing a drive-by, I'm sure some of you are thinking back to your younger days when you did like a psycho drive-by at like a girlfriend or boyfriend's house or whatever. We weren't doing a psycho drive-by, we were just doing a regular Peltz drive-by. We swing by Peltz's house and we get caught. We get caught red-handed. His boy, his wife, they catch us doing the psycho drive-by, taking the picture of his Halloween setup, but we got him. And a very impressive setup, man. All kinds of blow-ups and Halloween paraphernalia. The envy of anyone like my daughter that loves Halloween. Great setup, Peltzy. Screen pass and close to first down yardage. Be 4th down and about a half a yard. 8:41. Oxford looking to go hurry up. I could hear Brett McLaughlin and Brady Hummel, 2 assistant coaches up here, letting them know. Quarterback sneak, and I think they got the first down. I think Kane was able to get it. I told myself all day long I wasn't going to say Kane is able, and I didn't do it on purpose. I swear to you, it just rolled off my tongue like that. Like, I find zero humor in biblical plays on words, and I didn't do it on purpose, so I apologize. I swear to you. I just said Kane is able to get a first down. I didn't mean to do it. 47-yard line, the line of scrimmage, but I was like so hyped up because we were talking about Peltz's front yard. Kane overshoots the intended receiver by about 7 yards. It was Tyre. .802 to go. It's like, and this isn't the kind of, because like there's nothing psycho about Barrett and I. We're like as straight as shooters as you get. We don't do stuff like this, right? But you go by Peltz's. His son's out there, goes inside and tells his wife, like, yo, some dude's out here with, and then not only that, but like his wife reports, yo, a truck with Jersey plates is like taking a picture of our house. Hey, listen, it was me. I'm the guy. I'm the problem. I did it. But we were only not because we're psychos, because we like love your house, Peltz, and love your Halloween setup. I think there might even been some in the group chat. I haven't had much time to look at the group chat, because I've been on the run since 7 a.m. this morning, 6 a.m. when I woke up. Oxford on the run, 3rd down and 5, looking to get the equalizing score. Kane, close to first down. He definitely got it. Aiden Kane not going away. Gutty effort by this junior quarterback. And Oxford, to their credit, after watching the Bucs march down the field, and really no offensive success in the first half at all, 14-0 deficit, able to score, missed the extra point, but they're knocking on the door again. Ball on the 43. Boyer, the inside handoff. I think it was Boyer. They don't get anything. But for all the times that they were able to get no yardage or stuff at the line of scrimmage, there have been more highlight reel hits in this game. Not all of them legal, not all of them during the run of play, but there's been a couple of times where Oxford players have gotten absolutely tattooed by Bucs defenders. And they just keep getting up and keep playing hard. Boyer to the 40. Receiver on the tackle. Another 3rd and long. Hornets have been stuck in 3rd and long throughout the game, really. As we go under the 6-minute mark. Bucs band and cheer team in unison. Little jam on it. Bucs cheerleaders adorned in their class colors. Looking good. And there looked like there was somewhat of a delay there. Boyer's still on his feet. I can't believe this play is going to work. Boyer's still on his feet for a first down. There's no way that a play like that should have worked. As Boyer was handed the ball and then sort of just stopped and let the defense overrun him, and he manages to run to the outside towards the visiting bench and get a first down. And this is one of these things where, if you're the Bucs coaching staff, you take your hat off and slam it on the ground. perhaps mumble a few not so savory words, because like that should never have worked. But it did. First down, Hornets. Boyer again, this time nothing. We're under 5, 4:45 and counting. I'll tell you one thing, man. If the next home game on the 14th of October goes as fast as this one, minus a homecoming, like halftime, I'll be able to make it back for my soccer game, and that's what's up. And ball up in the air, and I think it's intercepted, and I think it's Gentili. And Gentili, New Jersey number. And again, thanks to not only the guy who tipped it and Pete Gentili for intercepting it and perhaps saving this football game, but thanks to Chris Long, who at halftime, as we were sitting down for our America Pie lunch, said, oh, by the way, I got to tell you, Pete Gentili's wearing 54. Frescolin still injured, and they had to put him on the line. So thanks for that update. Mamadou Rogers outside, nice little spin move there. Straight out of Madden for about 8 yards. Under 4 minutes to go. And you know what? One last shout out as we have an injured on the field and a timeout on the field. We'll get to these last couple of sponsors in a second, but Jeff Webb's sign game. Jeff, like the unilateral singular sponsor, I think. I think Rodea is like a sponsor, but I ain't seeing him today. Maybe he's out getting coffee or something. But Jeff Webb and the signs, which have become like the college game day signs that have become sort of a tradition during the Jeff Webb's tenure as a class sponsor. Sign game more important. He got a sign up by Coach Torrance's room with a little kid shirt saying, thanks to Coach Torrance for letting us use his shirt. Because, TJ Torrance is known for having, let's just say, very form-fitting shirts. To show off, is TJ Torrance trying to convince us, oh, I just work out 1 day a week. Please. You don't look like no TJ Torrance working out 1 day a week. He's like, well, I work out like extra long on Mondays. But you know what I think he does? This is what I think. I think he takes his watch off. Because the only time I do get a TJ Torrance workout on my watch is on Monday nights or Tuesday nights. But I think he takes his watch off and then goes hard every other day. Because there's no way you look like Torrance working out 1 day a week. It just doesn't happen. Another timeout. .322 left to play in quarter number 4. And if you're out there watching on YouTube and you're like, this dude is dipped into stream of consciousness or whatever, I've been up for 3 days straight between trying to do my day job, trying to be the best I can be, trying to improve every day. And Lord knows I need improvement. And then back to school night last night, doing the game right now. I've been up for 3 days straight, so I'm a little wired. Forgive me. Mamadou Rogers, first down, and another 1 or 2 of these first downs so we can put this one on ice. .33-yard line, the line of scrimmage. We're ticking down below 3 minutes. And somebody text Frio and tell him to get the beat down. Maybe he's waiting until it's official. Maybe he's waiting. timeout, so Oxford definitely trying to preserve some clock here. And a wise timeout if you're the Oxford coaching staff, because second down, they stop him for hardly any gain, like no gain on first down, second down and long, and he wants to preserve as much clock as he can. Try and get the Bucs to maybe have to punt the ball. So a wise timeout there. And if you're Lux, maybe you consider maybe I'm just going to keep running the ball here and make him use all of his timeouts. With 2:44 and counting. Let's hop back on these other sponsors here. Pro Action Restoration Incorporated, Interboro alumni, the Fortunato family, Shore Snyder Dental Center, Monahan's Pub, State Farm Agent Vicki Neal, Long and Foster Real Estate, my main man Dave Peltz, who I saw man in the gate earlier. Yes. Oh. You don't ever have to ask a question like that. My house is your house, Josie. You're all. I think that's the other reason I'm all jacked up, is that I had one of those rains before the game. I don't know what it says on the side. I should probably read the label before I drink one of those again. Italiano's Pizza, the Fainting Goat, and America's Pie Pizza. Thank you to all of our sponsors. I'm pretty sure I got to every single one of them that was on. They don't even have the banners up anymore because the wind had kicked up a little bit. So we want to make sure that all those sponsors get recognized. And again, I want to implore you, the Bucs family out there watching, to do your best to support these local businesses who reach into their pockets and help to support these young men and make Friday Night Lights possible. Bucs football team, Bucs cheer team, Bucs band out here on a Friday night. This is the way it's supposed to be. This is what a Friday in the fall is supposed to look like and feel like. It's hoodie season, it's pumpkin spice season, it's football season, it's third down and 11, and Bucs trying to get a first down, and a little stop of the action. Another false start, so it'll be third down and 16. So Bucs not making it easy. Very well could give Oxford another chance. Talk about super vigilance, man. We're almost at the end of the game. Not only are the fans still here doing their part, but Principal Litz got his eye on the student section. Hinchy got her eye on the student section. Anthony Barr got his eye on a first down. Gets back towards the original line of scrimmage, but not that much. Past it. Not even to it. It'll be fourth down and 11, and fourth down and 10 as they move it to the 33-yard line. Bucs certainly going to take their grand old time, and timeout on the field. Another injured player, probably a little cramped up there. Referee tells them stay down. Looks like we got Aaron Rochester there, a little shaken up. So 2:08 to play. Rochester being stretched out with the cramp. Again, I hope I'm getting these names right. This roster's a little bit sketchy. And usually, I put the roster, I get a roster, then I make it like a big giant roster. I blow it up so that I can actually read it. especially with this sweet light here that Josie hooked up for me. And then I, posted up in front of me, and these are the tricks of the trade when you're trying to do like live naked eye broadcasts. But with all the hubbub before the game, we didn't do that. It was a day chock full of action at the high school, trying to teach a little bit of Federalist 10 and a little bit of Brutus 1, some Constitution, AP government. And then plus with all the pep rally and all that kind of stuff, there wasn't as much time to prepare for football. Then we had all this float stuff going on. So I got the standard roster that I was given, and we're doing the best we can with it. I can confirm that as long as this roster is accurate, it was Aaron Rochester. So thoughts and prayers to him as he trots off the field with some cramps. We got a $1:54 left. Ball on the 33, 4th down and 10. Now, Bucs timeout. So every single time I talk about the fast pace of the game, this is what we get. And then inevitably what you get is me just thinking of stuff to talk about. So I've pretty much shouted out everyone in attendance right now. And I'll even shout out the Bucs band in Frio if they go over there and play some Get the Beat Down. But again, I think what they're waiting on is that they want to see what happens here. I think they want to make sure that they got the game, absolutely in hand. But Oxford's going to get this football back, barring a turnover on the punt. Tommy receiver will be at the 23-yard line to punt it away. Austin Tyre back at the 40 to receive it. And Tommy's punt is off the side of his foot. And again, these crosswinds are wreaking havoc. And 49 is going to be the line of scrimmage. So with 1:37 to go, the Oxford Hornets certainly not out of this one yet. And the Bucs defense going to have to bear down. Timeouts, there's 1, maybe 0 for, I'm not sure if they went and took that, counted that last timeout for Oxford because of the injury. So they may have, it looks like they have 1 timeout remaining. No, it looks like the Bucs have 1 time. I actually have no idea. There's either 1 or 0 for Oxford because they took 2 on the last drive. They might have taken 3. Screen pass, and he'll get out of bounds. So Mallion with the screen pass reception down to the 42 and out of bounds with 1:31 to go. And usually the Bucs band's version of Gary Glitter, Rock and Roll Part 2, is the precursor to Get the Beat Down. Man in motion is Tyre. It's thrown out to him. 1st down and then some. He was able to elude a tackle and get out of bounds to the 30. A good clock management being employed here. We'll call it the 32 when it's said and done. But good clock management here and plenty of time as they're able to get a 1st down and about 16 yards of scrimmage in around 10 seconds. So I don't want to say time's not a factor because it certainly is with just 1:23, but Oxford with plenty of time left to do some damage. Ball up the middle and wisely thrown away by Kane. I think was Cramphorn applying the pressure. we say often on these broadcasts, discretion the better part of valor. Second down and 10. Kane with just one running back. He's got a little bit of time. Now some pressure from Cramphorn. And he unloads, and Tyre unable to get to that ball. He could have been the intended receiver. It could have also been Boyer. A little bit farther away from Jaden Cosenzo, but pass not really near anybody to kick much of a fuss up about if you are a Bucs fan. And third down and 10. A promising start to the drive. Now just 2 plays to get the necessary 10 yards, or else pretty much party's over, right? Tyre in motion. Pressure from the outside by Eddie Jeffrey, and now Kane will run and then run out of bounds. And they don't give him a whole lot in terms of yardage there. Maybe they give him a yard. I actually thought he had gotten a little bit more than that, but they give him a yard and a half maybe. So 4th down and 9, and game on the line. Convert, and we play a little bit more. Don't convert, Bucs take over. Oxford can't stop the clock, at least not to my knowledge, and if so, they can only stop it once. And Bucs look like they're probably going to take a timeout, and they do. And they have the luxury of being able to, the Bucs, to look at the offensive set. And my thought here is that, if there's like a go-to 4th down and 10 play in the playbook for Oxford, they probably had it out there. That was probably it right there. And Coach Lux says, well, now we've seen the formation, let's talk about it. Let's prep what we think is coming. Now, the cat and mouse game that is football, right? You would think that Oxford would give a different look. So then it begs the question, did Oxford throw a look out there with knowing that Interboro was probably going to call a timeout, only to, come up with the play that they really wanted to run here? Or are they just going to run it again, say the heck with it, and whatever happens, happens? I guess we'll find out in a second. 2 wide receivers were to the near end of the screen offset. It looks like they're going to go with the exact same formation. 3 wide receivers. And Kane. He's got some time. Now Cramphorn to pressure over the middle and completed. That looks like Cosenza and a first down to the 18-yard line. 19-yard line. Hurry up offense. Clock winds. We're under a minute, and Kane stops it. A little surprised they stopped the clock and wasted it down there, because with a minute to go inside the 20, I'm just saying I think I might have ran a play. But chances are during the timeout, Coach said, listen, get up, get the first down, and if the clock starts running again, if it's not an out-of-bounds play, clock it. So 2nd down and 10, under a minute to go. And, hey, listen, man, if you're a Bucs fan, you might tighten up a little bit. Might pucker up just a little bit here. Ball on the 18. Formation a little different than last time. Wind kicking up. And pass on the slant there. Close to another first down. I think that was that was number 11, David Anderson. 1st and goal, and another clock. But 1st and goal on the 44 point, on the let's get the exact spot. I think the 7-yard line. It is 44.8 to play. Now remember, Oxford, if they score, do have to convert a 2-point conversion. So if you're a Bucs fan, there's two things here that need to happen. As we say that, Bucs band gets the beat down, and you have to think now, like with get the beat down taking place, I hope that's a drone, because good heavens, that's a low-flying plane. Oh, it's a helicopter. Sweep to the outside, inside the 5. What? Well, the drone distracted me. I thought they were going Black Hawk down on us here in a second, and like that thing was like, what, about 50 feet over our head? They clocked the ball again, which is weird because it sets up a 4th down, so they're going to put all their eggs in the basket here. But there was 30 seconds left. Like, why would you clock it there? I guess if they score, they can look up at me and go, well, that's why. But it's going to be 4th down and goal from the 4-yard line. Get the beat down playing. We got helicopters and drones flying overhead. The wind is blowing. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the far end, 1 to the near. It's Costanzo near. Bucs going to call timeout. So we'll have a chance to reset. So Jade Costanzo was the wide receiver to the near end. You had Tyre and you had Anderson far out. You had Boyer in the backfield with the quarterback, Kane. Now, if I'm Oxford, I'm spreading them out and seeing if I can't get Kane to, like, bust it up the middle. But I'm not Oxford, so they're going to run whatever play they darn well please here, right? Bucs call timeout with 28.3 to go. 4th down and goal from the 4. They have to score a touchdown. They cannot get a first down unless it's a defensive, like, automatic first down penalty. So for all intents and purposes, this play is the game. Same exact alignment, and it's going to be a keeper for Kane, and he is he in or not? They call it a touchdown. They called it a touchdown. So it was really close to being stopped short of the goal line. They give, the referees give him the ball being, over the line, so it's 14-12, and now Oxford is going to have to dial up the 2-point conversion play. 23 seconds left. Ball spotted on the 3 for a 2-point conversion, and at no point did I think we'd be sitting here talking about, like, the play of the game, a 2-point conversion to tie it, and yet here we are. Opposite alignment of the previous play. Boyer, the single setback. Kane in shotgun formation. He's going to try and run it to the outside. Eddie Jeffrey is able to grab him, and does he fall on it? Now, they think they fell on it. It was fumbled forward, which I don't think you can do. The question then is, was that a pass or was it a fumble forward? Are they signaling 2-point conversion or not? Oxford thinks they fell on a fumble for the 2-point conversion. It's going to matter. Like, I think he tried to throw a shovel pass and it was incomplete, but they're giving it to him. Wow. Wow. It's 14-0 with 23 seconds left. And ain't nobody going home now. Here we are thinking that, like, this game was darn near over. I think that, like, Coach Lux is thinking what I was thinking. That Kane went to the outside. Eddie Jeffrey had a beat on him and grabbed him by the ankle. It looked like Kane tried to throw a pass. Now, again, I'm going naked eye here. I'm going like, this is what I saw first time. I don't have the benefit of a monitor like all these high-dollar announcers have. I just saw what I think I saw. I thought he tried to throw a pass, maybe at the same time Eddie Jeffrey like jarred it loose, and the referees called it a fumble. The ball trickles into the end zone, and Oxford picks it up. If I missed that, somebody text me right now and tell me I'm way off base, and I'm just going to sound like an idiot, but that's what I think I saw. Either way, it's a 2-point conversion. And it's 14-14, and now the question, if you're Interboro, is do you kick it deep and risk Interboro's got almost everybody packed up here. We're going to wind up having to go overtime, maybe. Will Smith squibs it. Look out, that ball is live. And I think Burrow has fallen on it at the 25-yard line. So, but of course now my texts are blowing up and I can't read most of them on the air. So I'm hearing that from one of my more reliable sources, I'm hearing it looked like a fumble, so that's good because I would hate for there to be like some type of a controversy here. Again, it looked like Kane was like trying to throw a pass, which I think he was, like when he rolled out left to the far end. Jeffrey must have knocked it loose. It goes into the end zone, and then it was just like Eddie Jeffrey does everything he's supposed to do, and then just bad luck. And Rodgers, first down. He should try and get out of bounds, which I think he does. Clock stops with 15 seconds left. Well, I told McLaughlin and Hummel over here at the half, like, give us something creative. Dial something up. They might have to do that now. So now McLaughlin clocks the ball. You believe this? Now I'm hearing someone else, like, you say, oh, yeah, we need a replay. That's what I'm hearing. Also, getting text messages all over the place from people that, I guess if you're like on the YouTube, you can even go back and rewind that, can't you? You allowed to do that on a live stream? Probably, right? Either way, the reality of the situation is there's 11 seconds left, and Bucs on a little reverse play here. It's Ali. Ali better get outside to out of bounds with 4 seconds left. So fancy, but doesn't yield but a yard. So I'm hearing they can rewind. So, but again, either way, it's not going to really make a difference because now it's third down and 9. Second down and 9, third down and 9, but it doesn't matter because we're not trying for a first down. My guess is, Oxford's in prevent. They're going to have to dial up something here, the Bucs are. And if they can somehow score from 56 yards away, I'm going to lose my mind. It's Mamadou Rodgers. Not to be. And it's 50. It's at the 50-yard line is where he's brought down, and it's 14-14. We're going to have some overtime here, and I'm looking down, making sure my daughter's okay. She's freezing her butt off, but of course not wearing the sweatshirt that I bought her. She can totally put that on, but. So, a little free football here. Both teams will get the opportunity to possess the ball from 20-yard line. And the captains will go back out to the center of the field to determine, who gets the ball first and who gets the ball second. And we'll just keep doing this until, after the overtime period, one of the teams is ahead. Yeah, this is probably one of the first times you need chapstick, and you dropped it. Maybe you stuck it inside the bag. So some people leaving, maybe they're cold, maybe it's past the kids' bedtime or whatever, but a lot of other Bucs fans are going to stay for this, and the Oxford fans are going to stay for this. And I don't know exactly what they're deliberating about. I guess they're just talking about what are the rules and all. Coach Lux, Oxford coaches and captains out there on the field. So I guess they're just going to make sure that everyone's clear on the rules. You don't get a ton of high school games that go into overtime. So, but that's what we got here. So, and I'm purposely not gonna shout out names here, but again, I get all these texts, and there's people here that aren't too happy with that call. Having only seen what I thought I saw, I thought it was an incomplete pass. If it was an incomplete pass, the game should be over, and I should be on my way to Applebee's with an inside out in one hand, and my other hand on the steering wheel. But the reality is we're going to have a little overtime, it sure looks like. I haven't heard nothing from Ed Barrar in a second, so I don't even know who's getting the ball first. We're definitely going to play down here on the far end. So I don't even know if they're going to have the ball or not. It looks as if Bucs are going to go on defense first, because I don't see Mike McLaughlin trotting out there. And Mikey McLaughlin, with being quarterback, does not play any defense. Yeah. So we are going to have some overtime. Joe Barrett with the most appropriate text of all time, saying the longest week ever just got longer, and it sure has. Ball on the 10. Oxford, so both teams will have an opportunity to possess the ball from the 10-yard line. One set of downs, and a jet sweep from the inside to Boyer, and he'll be stacked up at the 8. So no time, so time won't be a factor anymore. The only thing that will matter is that they get within the play clock. They can't obviously sit out there for and deliberate for 2 minutes between plays. So they have to get the play off in the appropriate amount of time for the play clock. But there's no clock in terms of running down to 0 or whatever. Both teams get a set of downs from the 10, and again, whoever does better with this set of downs, they will win the game. If it's the same, and a great play, almost a great play by Cramphorn, ends up going into Mamadou Rogers. So a nice job by Mamadou to grab a hold of the running back that escaped from the clutches of Cramphorn, and 3rd down and goal from the 7. And then you have to, if you're like Oxford, you have to think about with having the ball first, right? If you don't score here, what do? Do you kick a field goal? Will Smith's got a leg. He showed it off before, but he missed an extra point. Kane scrambling. Kane all day to throw. Now Cramphorn, he floats it up in the back of the end zone and through the hands of Boyer. 4th down. Boyer had a little bit of a lane, and he'll probably tell you that he should have had that ball. And they're going to bring on Will Smith. So Smith to kick, and the holder will be the quarterback, Kane. This is from the right hash mark, so he's going to have to kick it to the left. He showed off he's got a good leg earlier, although he missed the extra point. To take the lead. Low snap, and now it's going to, Kane's going to have to throw it up, and it falls incomplete. And I don't know if they're calling that it's a dead ball. Yeah, a dead ball, which, although Barr picked it up, I thought it was an incomplete pass. Then again, I thought the last 2-point conversion was an incomplete pass too. So Barr, just making sure, which is exactly what he should have been done. Thought, just in case they call it a fumble, he picked it up and was going to go the other way. It would have been a dead ball anyway, unless it was a fumble. So Bucs really in the catbird seat now. 0 points on the board for Oxford, and all they have to do is score points. It could be a Dempsey Lopez field goal. It could be a touchdown. You got J.J. Clark and Mamadou Rogers in the backfield. It goes to Rogers, and he's stacked up. He'll lose 5. Oxford, man, they are not going away. I got to give it to this Oxford team. Joe McLean with a big stuff. Forward progress to the 13, so they don't lose 5, they lose 3. What does Coach Lux have in his back pocket? What can help get that ball across that goal line so we can walk it off here at South Avenue? The pitch, Mamadou walks it off! Touchdown Bucs! A great late pitch by Mikey McLaughlin. A fantastic decision to pitch it off to the freshman, Mamadou Rogers, and he walk it off here at South Ave. 16-10, Bucs win. 2014, I'm so excited, I don't even know the score. But Rogers, the freshman, off the pitch, and a great job by Mike McLaughlin. He was almost down. He got rid of it at the last possible millisecond, and Rogers with the touchdown, and the Bucs win it in overtime, 20-14. Valiant effort by the Oxford Hornets. They came all the way back. They were down 14-0 late. They came all the way back, made us play a little bit of extra football. What a great win. Certainly no stranger to seeing that number 4 score big touchdowns. The jersey's the same, the name's a little bit different. Bucs fans, get to know the name Mamadou Rogers. 9th grade. I don't even know this kid. I couldn't pick him out. If he walked by my room, I wouldn't even know who he is. But Mr. Rogers, I'd like to meet you. Stop by 102 on Monday. Bucs win 20-14 in overtime on an exciting walk-off. I'll take it. Bucs fans, next week we're at Kennet. Week after, we're on the road again. We'll see you back here on Saturday afternoon, October 14th, 11 a.m. Join us on YouTube. We're playing Academy Park. We'll see you then. Later, everybody.